the fact that they're hoovering up data, which is like digital gold, and centralizing it. Worst case scenario, what are they going to do with this data?
I mean, I have two concerns. The first concern is that I think both Elon Musk and Donald Trump are petty, vindictive, vengeful people, and I think that they will use the data to go after people who they consider their enemies. I think I will point out that every authoritarian regime in the world has a secret police source of some form or another, whose job is to collect data about private citizens and build dossiers about them, and to build a culture of fear in which people, tattletale on their neighbors and their coworkers, right? I mean, I think that's the trajectory we're on. I think we should expect that to happen, and it's kind of terrifying. And then the other concern I have is, you mentioned earlier in the show, Watch, that the current boogeyman for the Republican Party and for Trump is trans people. And there are many databases within the federal government which would enable the government to identify trans people living in the United States. And I mean, just as one example, there's insurance databases which have billing codes for gender affirming care. Right there at the Department of State. If you applied for a passport with an M gender marker 10 years ago, but then when you renewed it, you applied for a passport with an F gender marker, they have that record because they know what your last passport said on it. So there are databases all over the government where they can intuit trans people, and I don't see any reason why they're not going to amp up the war they're fighting against trans people and use the data that they have access to go after them. And I mean that I just find that idea terrifying. But I don't think it's implausible that that's coming.